The Japanese continued to steamroll throughout the Pacific. Singapore fell on February 15, 1942. The joint American, British, Dutch, and Australian command were promptly swept aside by the Japanese Navy despite their valiant efforts, allowing Java to fall shortly after. It seems the last bastion of Allied control in the South Pacific is in the Philippines. US forces are fighting ferociously at Bataan, but despite their dogged defense, they will not be able to hold on for much longer. The complete fall of the Philippines seems to be inevitable. 2,800 miles away, the Royal Navy now faces fighting alone yet again in another theater, the Indian Ocean. The dastardly Empire of Japan has set their sights on the strategic island of Ceylon, a major harbor and staging area for our forces and critical to the fight in Burma. Signal intelligence has deduced that the fearsome Kido Butai is en route to the Indian Ocean, and they plan to deal a crippling blow to our forces in port. No doubt an attempt to recreate their success at Pearl Harbor. There is one major difference this time, though. We know the enemy is coming. 2 task forces have been formed in the theater. Force A is setting sail from Adu Atoll, a secret base to the southwest of Ceylon. Luckily, the Japanese do not know about this safe harbor. Force A is formed around the aircraft carrier Eidemiller. Our second task force, Force B, is operating just off the coast of Ceylon at the moment. This task force is formed around the much slower HMS Hermes. These task forces will stay at sea to avoid being sunk in harbor. If we are lucky, we will be able to deal a blow to the seemingly unstoppable Kido Butai. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome back to a brand new series in War on the Sea with a brand new mod, Defense of the East. This is a new Indian Ocean campaign by Wort, who also did the Abdicom and Centrifugal Offensive campaigns for War on the Sea that I have featured on the channel. This mod will be coming out soon, so this is kind of a preview of the mod. We will be starting our new series today. It is March 29th, 1942 in game, day 1 of the campaign, and I have 2 task forces already out and about in the Indian Ocean. If we look at the victory conditions, we need to take control of Raccoon and Akyab, and also maintain control of multiple ports here. So our primary objective initially is going to be withstanding the initial Japanese surge into the Indian Ocean, and then begin proceeding into Burma, taking Akyab and Rangoon over here. We have aircraft trying to cover the Bay of Bengal. We have Force A and Force B here. Force A is centered around Indomitable, our aircraft carrier here. We have Enterprise, Emerald, Nestor, Express, and Napier here. And then Force B is centered around HMS Hermes, and this task force is quite large as well. I tried to make the task forces as historically accurate as possible. Unfortunately, we did not have enough command points to really flesh it all out. We will be getting HMS Revenge here soon to add to Force B. That's the current plan. I have no idea when the Japanese will be attacking. We know it's going to be soon, and we know they are going to head for Ceylon over here. Their base is Singapore. That's their primary hub way down here. And I have a feeling they're going to surge for Port Blair first, and that is why Force A is moving over to Port Blair. I would like to hold this port, because if we can build an airfield here at Port Blair, that will be a great choke point. Any Japanese traffic coming up from Malaya and Sumatra will have to pass by this airfield, where we can hopefully hit them with aircraft. That being said, if we do lose Port Blair, it is not the end of the world. I am anticipating Port Blair will be captured by the Japanese forces. We only have 500 troops here and 500 supply. If the Japanese do end up landing at Port Blair, I will probably pull these troops out with the destroyers and the supply. I would like to save that supply. We'll probably move it up to Calcutta as a staging point for operations in Burma. That's the current plan though. No sign of Japanese forces just yet. We do know Kido Butai is en route to the Indian Ocean. This is going to be an interesting campaign, and I am excited to play this one. I love Wort's work thus far, and I am very much looking forward to seeing how this campaign plays out for us. Our primary bases are at Ceylon. We have another good base up here at Bombay with a level 5 port, and down here we have Adu Atoll, which Has a level 3 port, and a lot of our ships come from there as well. Well, that is a brief rundown of the situation. I will keep you updated as Force A and Force B move out. Force B is heading up north. I want Force B to kind of protect any Japanese landings near Calcutta, and I'm also going to probe their bases near Burma. I do anticipate that they are going to be landing more troops and supply over here in Burma to reinforce their positions, and, well, I'd like to intercept those freighters. That's the current plan of action. We will see how this plan plays out. Of course, no plan survives first contact with the enemy. I have a feeling that once Kido Butai is spotted, all of our forces will be redirected to deal with that threat. Well, this is not good. Right off the bat, 10 o'clock in the morning, Force B has encountered Japanese fighter aircraft, and we can see they are right off the coast of Ceylon. There is nothing else near here. Let's launch some new aircraft, some Hurricanes with drop tanks. We're going to head out here, and I am going to redirect Force A. We need to find wherever this Japanese carrier is. This has to be carrier-based aircraft. Let's begin and see what we are dealing with. Thankfully, Force B has quite a lot of escorts. We have a good amount of anti-aircraft firepower here. We just need to protect Hermes. Now, Hermes is quite a vulnerable aircraft carrier. She only carries swordfish as well, no fighters. And here we go, 24 aircraft flying overhead. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Are they zeros? They are zeros with drop tanks. Yep, these are carrier-borne aircraft. It looks like they're just going to fly overhead. Let's see if we can shoot down a good batch of them. They have spotted our fleet. I am anticipating a Japanese strike here relatively soon. Historically, of course, HMS Hermes was sunk off the coast of Ceylon. So we'll see if this campaign stays true to history. Japanese attack aircraft are going to have one hell of a time getting through. That being said, we can't anticipate all of them being destroyed during their attack. We've already downed a handful of zeros. They are just flying right over us, and that was a little close for comfort. We have another zero going down just to the front of HMS Hermes. More zeros flying directly overhead. We are shooting down a good chunk of them, which is good. We're making the enemy pay for their foolishness of flying their zeros right over our formation. More inbound. Aircraft just splashed down right next to HMS Hermes. Radar has picked up a large formation of enemy aircraft closing in. It looks like those zeros were just the first wave clearing the skies in case we had any fighters overhead. Of course we didn't. And now the dive bombers and possibly torpedo bombers are moving in. The large formation of aircraft is getting relatively close. We can see 48 enemy aircraft in total. So we have about 20 dive bombers moving in from behind. Let's see if we can actually spot them yet. Off to around 210 degrees, and there we go. Moving in through the clouds. I have a formation of 3. Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. Vals are quite accurate. They'll be able to get nice and low and drop their bombs. We want to make sure Hermes survives. If Hermes survives, we'll be able to strike back at the enemy carriers. Obviously, if she is sunk in this first attack, that's not going to be good. We'll just have to rely on Force A to provide the killing blow on the enemy carriers, or at least hit them enough to discourage them and make them get the heck out of here. Okay, the Vals are moving in. They are about 8 kilometers away from us now. They're probably going to push over soon. I do anticipate Hermes is going to be the primary target here. What's our speed? We are currently making 19 knots. Let's increase speed. Let's increase speed to 24 knots. We want to make sure we maintain our tight formation so we can throw up as much anti-aircraft fire at the enemy as possible. Want to be nice and tight. The Vals will get low, so we'll take out a fair amount of them. Still, our anti-aircraft firepower leaves a little bit to be desired. We have our cruisers, our light cruisers, HMS Dragon and Caladan on the left and right flank. In front of HMS Hermes, and it looks like Decoy is opening fire. And we're starting to lose contact on the zeros, which is good. Oh my gosh, all these planes. They are moving in now. All right. Let's take a look at this first group. They're about to push over, I'm sure. Anti-aircraft's going up. Isaac Swears is not an anti-aircraft range just yet. Lots of flak, though. There we go. Opening fire. Come on, let them have it. I'm sure they're carrying armor-piercing bombs. Okay, they're pushing over, diving down. Who are they diving down on? HMS Hermes. Okay, Hermes. Right full rudder. Break formation. Oh, boy. This is not good. Those valves are screaming down. We have another flight of valves closing in. All right, come on, turn hard. There we go. Managed to take one out. More coming in. We're not going to be able to shoot them down before their bombs are released. There we go. Bombs falling. Oh, boy. Okay. Splashed on the starboard side of HMS Hermes. We have more valves. That is just the beginning. Okay, left full rudder. Turn hard to port. Turn hard to port. Keep engaging. See those valves screaming in. Bombs away on Hermes. She going to get hit? Okay, she dodged another group of valves. More valves. Come on. Ooh, okay, Hermes was just hit. Right on the deck. Let's take a look at her. Damage report. Okay, minor damage. Just a minor bomb hit there. We have more valves screaming in. We are quite lucky. It looks like there's just one small fire that broke out on HMS Hermes. There we go, bombs away. Dropping on our destroyer, left full rudder. Okay, she was hit on the bow. Minor damage once again. That's just about half of the incoming valves. We still have a lot more to deal with. How's it going, Hermes? Okay, working on those fires. They're going for Isaac up in the front of the formation. She was hit pretty bad. Direct hit by one of the large bombs there, it looks like. We're changing course. Okay, make sure all damage control teams are working on those fires. More valves coming in for Hermes. Bombs have been released. Oh, right on the flight deck there. Managed to shoot one down though, and yeah, that's some minor damage. Luckily, we're doing okay. We are doing okay. The formation is starting to get messed up though. Let's try to maintain our formation. Valves are once again dropping on HMS Scout, which is okay. She's an older destroyer. She's soaking up a lot of attacks. I'm surprised the valves are not primarying HMS Hermes. Okay, I think this is the last flight of valves pushing over. This is whittling down the Japanese air wing, so that is good news. The problem is we are going to have Kates that we are going to have to deal with. I do think we may be able to get fighters overhead from Ceylon to help assist. Come on. All right, these valves were able to release. That looks really good, unfortunately. There we go. Oof. Direct hits on Hermes. Fire has broken out on the deck. Damage report, heavy damage. Flooding is not good. This may be it for Hermes. She was trying to turn hard to evade that, but there's only so much this old carrier can do. Reduce speed down to 4 knots. Nice and easy. Put out these fires. Oh gosh, poor Isaac Swears here. All damage control parties are working on fires. We have a few more fires that broke out on the deck. Hermes. Magazine's flooded, which is not good. That being said, I think she'll be okay. At least we may be able to launch a strike out. And another issue, we have no idea where the Japanese fleet is. All right, let's just check the map. Nothing else is popping up on radar. That's good. No Vals, or no Kates, excuse me, are immediately following up this attack. This strike was a little lackluster from the Japanese perspective. I bet they are disappointed. That being said, they still caused a good amount of damage. We're going to work on repairs. We'll see. I'm worried about Isaac Swears. Hermes, I think we'll be able to get most of her damage under control. Repairs have been made to all of our ships. Everyone is looking okay. Hermes is pretty heavily damaged, but all the fires have been put out and she will be able to launch aircraft. Let's leave combat and see. The enemy launched 48 aircraft at us. They lost 11. Hermes has heavy damage and so does Isaac Swears. But that being said, no one was sunk, which is great. Now we need to find the enemy force. Force A is now heading west. Force B, let's start launching float planes. We have Hurricanes heading out to cover Force B. And I'm wondering, I believe they are to the south of our position. We'll see though. I'm gonna start scouting. Do I have anything at Colombo that can assist? Catalina's, nothing. They are just going to scout. I'm going to send them way out here. They have great range. And we are going to scour these waters here in the Indian Ocean for this enemy carrier group. I'm anticipating at least 2 carriers, if not more. Force B has been intercepted once again, and we have run into the enemy battle group way out here. What do we have? Oh my gosh, there's a carrier. Targeter. That is not good. And we have an enemy battleship. Of course, why wouldn't we? Congo class. I don't see anything else. Okay, should we fight this out? We have Hurricanes overhead, our formation. I think our best bet is to disengage. We have run smack dab into the enemy carrier group, which is just not good at all. Let's begin retreating. We can leave in 540 seconds. If I would have known, I would have launched my my swordfish and we would have hit that carrier group. Unfortunately, we cannot do that. Dogfights ensuing directly over our formation. A lot of our Hurricanes are being shot down, unfortunately. Any other aircraft? Nothing out here. Let's see. Okay, break away from this. Yeah, we do not stand a chance against this here. Begin targeting her, though. Identify all these enemy ships. Hermes, how are you looking? We're tearing up the enemy aircraft. Oh my gosh. Okay. Begin laying smoke, everybody. Deploy smoke, break contact. Arrow, break contact. Hermes, lay smoke as well. Should have launched my swordfish. How far are they? As far as this enemy formation? 16 kilometers away. Alright, keep laying smoke. Time to get the heck out of here. An enemy aircraft just slammed into HMS Hermes as it was going down. Damage report. Oh my gosh, this does not look good at all. Yeah, she has more flooding. I can't believe that plane just slammed into her. And then of course we have Congo shooting at her, which is certainly less than ideal. All of our Hurricanes but one have been shot down at this point. The enemy have lost a good amount of their aircraft as well, but I mean, going against 20-some zeros, our Hurricanes had no chance. We are going to get incredibly lucky here. The timer's about out. We have 35 seconds. Hermes was hit again, but she has just one little fire in the stern. She's going to be okay. We are going to launch aircraft and we are going to strike back. I just want to be able to strike back once. Now, the next question is, should we go after Congo or the aircraft carrier? Part of me is thinking we need to hit both. We need to hit Congo a little bit because we have nothing that can challenge Congo on the surface right now. None of our ships are really able to deal damage to her. But the carrier, obviously, is another priority target. Okay, we can leave the combat zone. Let's leave. Confirm. Phew, okay, Hermes was not scuttled. That was another worry I had. We had 6 aircraft in the area. 6 were lost. The enemy only lost 3 aircraft. Okay. Well, now we know where the enemy is. They are nice and close. How far are they from Force A? 526 kilometers or so. Launch aircraft, albacores, 488 kilometers, and they are out of range. We are going to have to move closer. Yeah, we are going to have to move closer. Okay, Force A is out of range. They're going to race in. It's going to take them a while to get up there. We have swordfish from Trichomoly. Or Blenheims. Yeah, I'm thinking swordfish. Launch them. Head over here. Stay airborne for a while. At Colombo, what do we got? Full Mars. Semi-armor piercing bombs, please. Send them out there. I don't think I can take anything from India. Do they have the range? 600 kilometers. They do have the range. Semi-armor piercing bombs. 2 500-pounders. Send those down as well. Okay, and we will launch the swordfish soon. Let's see, 471 kilometers. I'm going to hold off on launching them. Oh, geez Louise. There's another Japanese task force. They just bombarded Trichomoly. That's crazy. Okay, so we are dealing with 2 Japanese task forces in the area. Ceylon is about to be invaded, I feel like. My gosh, the Japanese moved fast, didn't they? Force B will probably be re-intercepted. Before they are re-intercepted, I will put them in a line ahead formation, and we will fight it out. Have our swordfish right overhead. Okay, here we go. We've encountered the Japanese task force, 8 ships. They've moved south really fast. Ignore them. Launch our aircraft. Hermes, Hermes, Hermes. Launch. 20 swordfish. Gonna take an hour to get there. Force A should be in range. They're only 300 kilometers away. Okay, Force A, start heading west. Indomitable, launch your aircraft. Albacores, torpedoes. Actually, launch our Sea Hurricanes first. I immediately had them land, didn't I? Oh my gosh, now they can't launch for another hour. That is annoying that I pressed that button. That's fine. We'll make the most of it. Mishap on the carrier deck. That's what we'll go with. Make sure this Catalina maintains contact here. I wonder if it was this task force that bombarded Trichomoly here. Catalinas, move over. Swordfish. Do I have anything else I can launch? Not really. Everybody's had to return home. I was expecting the enemy task force to be to the north of us. Make sure these swordfish are still moving. And I'm going to hit the carrier, I think, with this group of swordfish. Trichomoly is ready. New air. Blenheims. Semi-armor piercing bombs. 2 of them. All right, send it. Head over there. Half an hour. Swordfish from Hermes are overhead. Go to tactical. Begin. All right, start hitting the deck. Drop down immediately, all of you. Let's get that carrier. Are there Japanese Zeros overhead? There are. The enemy has cap over the carrier group. Which one is the carrier? Target number 3. Target number 3. This is the same task force that we previously engaged. We have 1 Catalina overhead. These swordfish are going to get ripped to shreds. Attack 3, every single one of you. Hit that carrier. Make sure these Zeros have nowhere to land. Good news is our swordfish have rear gunners, so hopefully they'll be able to take out a couple of those Zeros coming in on them. Speaking of which, right on cue. Hello there. Zero just passed right underneath. We have 20 swordfish. I'm going to have 1 single formation of... Or we have these Blenheims. Hit the Congo. Hit the Congo. I'm going to have 1 formation of swordfish. Hit the Congo as well. Oh boy, here we go. Right of the swordfish. Make it happen. This will be the pretty much the only attack I think Hermes gets to conduct. We'll see. And also, I'm thinking these Zeros were probably about to land. I think they're out of ammunition from tearing up all of our aircraft earlier, which is, again, fantastic. We've gotten quite lucky. We caught them in their landing pattern. And all the swordfish are swinging around. They're all at altitude. Let them have it. Fantastic. Oh man, this is going to be brutal. I'm starting to think maybe I should have 2 formations. No, I want 4 formations. Okay, that 0 was firing. We lost a swordfish. A splash down. Okay, some of these zeros still have ammo. Not entirely surprising. If we hit Congo and really damage her, slow her down, we stand a chance of engaging her on the surface. We just got to whittle her down. Looks like a lot of these zeros are going for this formation. We have some other zeros harassing this big group of swordfish. We've lost another one. Look at all those swordfish, though. Beautiful. Sink that carrier. And the good thing about the British torpedoes is they actually work. Unlike their American counterparts. Racing in as fast as a swordfish can race. While the zeros slowly pick us apart. Oh, come on. 0 passed real close. You're so close to that carrier. All the anti-aircraft guns are opening up from the ships. Carrier looks to be conducting evasive maneuvers, trying to turn. And oh boy, I'm just getting picked off. How many swordfish have I lost? Almost half of our swordfish have been lost. Not entirely surprising. I know historically, there we go. We managed to get our torpedo off. There we go, torpedo away. Historically, the plan was to guide the swordfish in with radar and attack by night. Of course, that is not possible in War on the Sea. We have to do these daytime attacks here. Okay, this torpedo is going to hit directly amidships. We got a lot of torpedoes off on our swordfish. That is a flood of torpedoes coming in. I'm not sure if any of our swordfish managed to get close to Congo. But one swordfish slammed right into Congo's bow over there. Got a direct hit on the carrier. More torpedoes racing in. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Multiple hits on the starboard side. Any more torpedoes? That was it, I think. That was a fantastic attack. She is listing heavily to starboard. We're going to see if we get a flat top here. And unfortunately, that is... We have 2 swordfish that survived that strike. But if we get the carrier, it might have been worth it. Congo looks okay. No swordfish got close to her. Yep, all of our swordfish have been destroyed, unfortunately. Hermes' air wing has been obliterated. We have these Blenheims. Where are they? Moving in. Strike the carrier. Try to hit her. Let's see. Damage report. Heavy damage, heavy flooding. Hopefully she ends up going down. Maybe Japanese damage control will mess up and cause some more problems. Our Blenheims have been intercepted by more zeros. They're not going to be able to make it through, I don't think. What a shame. Yeah, these zeros really cause problems. These are even more zeros. I had a lot of zeros up in the air. That being said, if we look at, I believe this is probably Shokaku or Zuikaku. The fire is spreading. The fire is indeed spreading. Things are not looking good. Well, it took some time, but it looks like Shokaku is rolling over and going down. First blood in the theater does go to the Royal Navy, it seems, although it was pretty close there. HMS Hermes is quite lucky indeed. Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel, especially on the first video of a brand new series. It really does help out. Alright folks, thank you all for watching. This is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.